Hi there! In today's video, I'm going to be exploring how you can create your own pip package. So I have this project called Captacity, which you might have heard of if you've been watching this channel. And if you haven't been watching my channel, then what are you doing with your life? Subscribe now! But anyway, this project is an automatic YouTube short caption generator. And I would like to use this in another project of mine called Shortrosity. And Shortrosity is an AI YouTube short generator. So Shortrosity creates YouTube shorts from scratch, and Captacity adds captions to YouTube shorts that have already been generated. So I would like to use Captacity in Shortrosity, but I don't want to copy the code from Captacity into Shortrosity because then I have to maintain two different projects. And I want it to be easy to install so that you don't have to clone both of the projects and then put them in the right folders and do all this kind of stuff. And the easiest way I can see to do this is to create a pip package. So basically in Shortrosity we could just do pip install Captacity. And we can also add it into the requirements.txt. But the problem is I have no idea how to do this. But let's figure it out. And the first thing I would like to do is I would like to make Captacity installable with pip from GitHub. So I have seen, in fact, in my Captacity project that Whisper by OpenAI is installable this way. So you can do git plus and then the git URL of Whisper, and that will install Whisper from the GitHub repository. So I want to do this with my project. And I would like to publish it on PyPI as well, if that is how you say the name of that place. But let's start by doing this, because at least there shouldn't be any verification process or anything like this. We should be able to do this right away, if I understand it correctly, which I don't really understand it at all. But let's figure it out. I in fact have Captacity on GitHub already, although this is an old version. So I might as well just git push this thing on into the repo. But I don't think this is enough. I think we have to organize the project in a particular way. But let's see. If we go to Captacity now and we go to code and we copy this URL and we go to Shortrosity and we try to do pip install git plus this, then I think we'll get some error. Let's see what happens. Okay, error. This does not appear to be a Python project. Neither setup.py nor pryproject.toml found. So we have to create such a thing. So let's go ahead and ask our good friend ChatGPT what to do. How can I organize my Python project so that I can install it with pip using git plus URL? To organize your Python project so that it can be installed with pip using git plus URL, follow these steps. Okay, so we have to structure the project this way. Okay, we have my project, which I guess is the root of the Git repository. And we have to have my package here with an init.py and then some modules here. Okay, and the tests, I guess we don't have tests at the moment. I don't think that is required. And then we have to have a setup.py and a readme and a license and requirements. Okay, so let's create a setup.py. And here we have an example. Name, version, then we use some find packages function from setup tools and we put the requirements here. Okay, and all kinds of stuff. And we have a readme already. And of course we have initialized the Git repository. So let's copy this setup.py and let's create such a thing. So let's go to Captacity and let's do setup.py. And what do we want to have here? The name of this package is going to be Captacity and version it's going to be 0.1. Let's put 0.0 as well. And packages is find packages. What does this actually do? Package finder.find. It is going to return a list of all Python items packages or modules depending on the Finder implementation found within directory where. Okay, so this is some sort of helper function that will just look through the source code and find all the packages. Fine. And the requirements go here. So basically, I think everything that's in requirements.txt go here. And I think I saw in some project, they had some custom code that read the requirements.txt and then put all of that stuff here, which makes sense because now we have to update it in two places. So let's actually do that. Let's make a function, get requirements, and let's define it here. And basically, we open the requirements.txt and we read it and we split the lines. Great. And the URL is going to be unconv/captacity. And license is MIT, although I don't have a license here yet. So let's grab a license real quick. MIT license. It is here. And let's copy this thing. And let's create a license here. Okay, we have a license. I really don't like these funny looking quotes here. Are they necessary for this license? I don't think so. So let's remove those. Okay, an author is me. unconventionalcoding@gmail.com. And the description is, what is it? Let's check my GitHub. Add automatic captions to YouTube Shorts with AI. That is the description. And long description is just open readme.md and read it. Great. And what are classifiers? I don't know if I even need this. What is in Whisper? We have a setup.py here as well. And they have no classifiers. So I guess we don't need that. Let's remove the classifiers completely. And basically now we have a setup.py, but we have to change the folder structure. So I guess we should have a folder named Captacity. Whisper also has a folder named Whisper. And here they have an init.py. So let's do that. Let's create a new folder, Captacity, and let's create a new file, init.py. And I think that I should put my captacity.py code in there. So basically all of this stuff should be put in here. But we don't need a hashbang here, I don't think. These are just all the functions that this module has. So we're going to put them there. And we can leave Captacity here, captacity.py. And here what we are going to do is, I guess, we can just import Captacity and import sys. And actually we are using add captions from there, so we can do from Captacity import add captions. And I'm not sure if it's a good idea to have the same name here. So let's rename this as main.py. Okay, what else? We need to have tests. That's fine, we don't have tests. And modules. So we should move all of these modules. We have a text drawer and segment parser. So let's move these into Captacity. And can we still use them from here? Because this imports segment parser. I guess it knows that it is here. Okay, what else? Basically that's all. So let's see if this still works. If I go and I run Python 3 main.py. By the way, do I have a hashbang here? No, I think I copied it. So let's put it here. So then we can actually run it like this, main.py. And we need to give it the video file, myshort.mp4. And let's just do test.mp4 and see if it still works. Okay, no module named segment parser. And I think the reason is that we are now inside of this directory. So what we need to do is we have to say dot segment parser or from dot import segment parser. And here from dot text drawer import all of these things. Let's see if that works. Let's run it. And it seems to be working. Let's wait until it actually generates these captions and see if it in fact works. So by the way, myshort.mp4 is this YouTube short, which has no captions, which was generated with Shortrosity.
In the world of artificial intelligence, a technological marvel was upgraded. OpenAI, the leading AI research initiative, recently unleashed a remarkable new entity. They announced the much-awaited GPT-7, a complex marvel pushing the boundaries of what is possible in machine learning.
And so on. And let's take a look at this version we just created. So test.mp4.
In the world of artificial intelligence, a technological marvel was upgraded. OpenAI, the leading AI research initiative, recently unleashed a remarkable new entity. They announced the much-awaited GPT-7, a complex marvel pushing the boundaries of what is possible in machine learning. This bot may redefine our interactions with digital companions. Indeed, AI's future looks bright, powered by ongoing ingenuity and advancement.
Okay, so it still works. Let's add these changes to Git and let's push it in there. But first I have to update my README to say main.py. And let's do git add p. We did that, and we did this, and that, and that, and we should have some new files. Git add license and Captacity, and git add main.py, and git add setup.py. And that should be all. Okay, so these were renamed, and we have 2 new files, and a license, and updated README. So let's commit. Added support for pip. And let's push this thing. And let's see if we can now install it into Shortrosity. So if we now run pip install git plus and then the URL for Captacity, is it going to work? It is cloning it. It did something. It seems like it worked. So if I now just code at test.py and I just import Captacity. Here it doesn't find it, but I think that is because VS Code is using some old project. Let's use the global one because I installed it globally. And do we even have to reload the window? It still doesn't seem to find it, but I think this is just VS Code's issue. So let's just run captacity.add captions and let's put like a short.mp4 and test.mp4. And let's copy from the Captacity project my short.mp4 into short.mp4. And then if we run python 3 test.py, will it work? Let's run it. No module named Captacity. Okay, I in fact have a virtual environment here. Let me change into this because VS Code is stupid sometimes. Let's do source venv bin activate. And then let's do pip install. Actually, I will get it from the history. So we will install this thing. Now, I guess it should install Whisper as well and everything it requires, but we did get actually an error. Okay, and it is in fact related to Whisper because Whisper is required here with the Git format. And apparently that is not allowed inside of the setup.py. Okay, well, let's ask ChatGPT. Can I add a git plus URL type of requirement into setup.py in, what was it called? Install requires. Or, wait a minute. Install requires. And ChatGPT has crashed for some reason. Let's try to fix this problem. Let's see if we can add into the install requires the Git style format. Now it does say here that list your dependencies in the install requires section of setup.py or in a requirements.txt file. But let's ask, can I add into install requires the Git style package? Yes. Okay, so it has to be formatted in this way. So let's try to do that. We have to add into requirements.txt whisper at and then the Git URL. And here we have even a version. I'm not sure if all of this is required. But then the question is, can we do this with pip? If we now do pip install our requirements in here, then now we are cloning Whisper again. Okay, but we got an error. Inconsistent name, expected Whisper, but metadata has OpenAI Whisper. Okay, let's try to do this again. Now I have Whisper installed already, so it shouldn't really install it again, I hope. Okay, I think it worked. requirement already satisfied. So let's see if that works. Git add p, and let's add this. Git commit m updated whisper requirement format. And let's push this thing into the repo. And let's try again. Let's go to Shortrosity and let's try to install this again. And now it is in fact cloning Whisper, which takes a very long time because Whisper is a very big package. But I guess we have to do that now. Although, if I get out of the virtual environment, deactivate, and let's say which Python 3, okay, is the right Python 3. And if I now run pip install this, then it should be satisfied already because I have installed it globally. Okay, so now it seems to work. And we have installed Captacity now. So now our test.py, actually it turned green, so I think it will work. Yes, now we have Captacity. So if we now run python 3 test.py, it should in fact work, which it is doing, although we got an error. And this error is because we can't find the font. And the reason for this is that in Captacity, when we load the font, let's go to init.py and let's find here our add captions. We pass in the font this way as a relative path. And then we are going to try to load it somewhere. Actually, we just pass it in here and then somewhere, I think in create text X, we actually load the font. Maybe it's in create text jars and, well, somewhere here. Create composite text. Here we load the font from the font. But I think because it's a relative path, it is going to load it from the wrong place. So let me do this. And let's say that the font equals get font path. And we pass in the font. And let's create a function that will determine where the font should come from. So get font path, which takes the font. And if OS path exists font, then we just return font. And we have to import OS. But if it doesn't exist, then let's say that the dir name is going to be os.path. Is there like an abs path? And we can pass in here the dir. No, we don't have dir. We have file. So we have to get the dir name. So os path dir name file. And is that actually already an absolute path? I'm not sure. I think it will be. So let's just do this. We get the dir name. And then the font is going to be os path join. And we add the dir name and the font. And then we can return the font. So then, if we were to run from here, main.py, and give it my short.mp4 and test.mp4, then it should work just fine. We will transcribe the audio, and then we will generate the video elements, and we shouldn't get any errors. But what if we go to the parent directory, and then from here we run captacity main.py with captacity and my short.mp4 and captacity test.mp4. Will this work? Because now we are running it from a different directory. So the relative path would not work. Okay, so we still get the error. And let's see what is the reason for this. Let's print some stuff here. Let's print the file and let's print the dir name and then let's print the font. And in fact, I know what the problem is. We are in the Captacity directory, but the fonts folder is in the parent directory. So we have to put ... here and then font. So let's try that. Let's run it again. And now this in fact should be the correct path. So YouTube, Captacity, ... fonts, bangers. And now it's going to work. And let's just verify. If we go to Captacity and we just run main.py, then this should work as well. And it in fact seems to work. So let's stop this and let's add these changes. So we check and we don't want to print anything. Let's remove these. Git add p, yes, and yes. And let's commit this as fixed font path. And let's push this thing. And I still have the same version in the setup.py, so I'm not sure what happens if I try to now pip install this again. It probably said that you have the latest version already. So how do I remove a package? Pip remove, I'm guessing. Remove this. It's not remove. I'm not sure if I've ever removed a package. Pip uninstall. So I guess it's installed already as Captacity. So pip uninstall Captacity. Okay, so it will remove those things. And if I then install it again, we should get the latest version. And if we now run our test.py, it should work, but it does not. So what is the issue here? Perhaps not all of the files are copied into this directory. And in fact, when you look at this, it is inside packages Captacity, and then here we have text drawer. So we can't have the fonts directory here. Maybe I need to move the fonts inside of the Captacity directory. Okay, it took me a very long time to get the fonts included in the package. So at first, I moved the fonts directory into the Captacity directory here, and it didn't work. So then I asked ChatGPT, and apparently we had to create this manifest.in file, which at first I just put in here include captacity/assets/star. And at this point, I moved the fonts folder inside of the assets folder because that seems to be the convention here, that we create this assets folder. But this did not work because it only works for single files. It's not recursive. So then we had to do this recursive include with captacity/assets and then put a star here. And not only this, we had to add into setup.py this package data, which has the Captacity here, and then in this format, the assets/star/star, so that it will include everything from the assets folder. And we had to add this include package data to true, so that they will actually be included. So many places we had to update. Anyway, now the assets directory is included with the package when you install it. So now it works. So if I now remove the Captacity project and I install it again from the Git repository, and then I run my test.py, then it is going to run without any errors. So let's just wait until it runs in the end, and then we can open the test file, which I already have here because I did this already. So we have the short here. And if I play it...
In the world of artificial intelligence, a technological marvel was upgraded. OpenAI, the leading AI research initiative, recently unleashed a remarkable new entity. They announced the much-awaited GPT-7, a complex marvel pushing the boundaries of what is possible in machine learning.
Okay, so now we have successfully created a Git repository that can be installed as a pip package, which wasn't that hard actually. Well, it took me 1.5 hours almost. But now I would like to also publish this on PyPI. So let's see how that is done. So if we go to pypi.org, then this is the package manager. So then we could actually install this by just saying pip install Captacity. But I'm not sure what this requires. So let's figure it out. We probably have to register here. Let's ask ChatGPT, how can I publish the package on PyPI? Is it PyPI or is it PyPI? I have no idea. Here is a detailed guide. So we have to have this project structure, which we have already. And we have to have setup.py, which we have already as well. And what else? Manifest. Aha, we should include readme and license in the manifest.in file. So let's do that. Let's go here and add these in there. and we have to build the package. Pip install upgrade setup tools and wheel. Python setup.py sdist bdist wheel. This will generate distribution files in a dist directory. Upload your package to PyPI. Aha. Install Twine. Twine upload dist. Okay, you'll be prompted to enter your PyPI username and password. Verify package. Okay, interesting. So this is the summary. Install wheel and twine, build the package, upload the package, and that's it. Seems pretty easy actually. Let's register to PyPI. My name is Unconventional Coding. My email address is unconventionalcoding@gmail.com. My username is unconv, and my password is this and this. And I in fact am a human. Create account. Okay, let's verify the email address. And it is done. So now we have an account on PyPI. Let's publish our package. So basically we have to pip install setup tools, wheel and twine. Let's do that. Install. And then we have to build the package. But first I have to update this so that the license and readme is included. So let's do git add p and git commit m include license and readme in package git push. And what we're going to do is we are just going to python setup.py sdist bdist wheel. Okay, and I will actually use Python 3 here. Okay, so now we have a dist, and here we have something that we cannot really open. It's a tar.gz file. Okay, then just upload. Is it this easy? Just upload. Boom. Enter your API token. Okay, we have to create an API token. Let's go to account settings, and it is not here. Let's go to publishing. Okay, we have to enable two-factor authentication first, so let's do that. Let's generate recovery codes. We have to put in our password again, confirm, and we have to save the recovery codes and continue. And we have to enter one of the recovery codes. Okay, boom, verify. Okay, and we want to add two-factor authentication with authentication application. I will use Google Authenticator. So let me set this up. Okay, now we have two-factor authentication. So let's go to publishing. And okay, what do we need to do here? We have to add a new pending publisher. So I guess we have to register as a publisher in order to publish something on PyPI. So do we need to actually do it like this? So here we need like a workflow file. And okay, can we just go to account settings and add here an API key? Is that possible? Here is API tokens. Let's add an API token. And this token is called Captacity. And the scope is entire account. Okay, create token. And here we have the token. So let's copy this and let's paste it in here. And let's do it. We're uploading. Bad request. Can't have direct dependency OpenAI Whisper. Okay, so we can't publish it on PyPI with these URL dependencies. But I think the problem was that this was not on PyPI. PyPI OpenAI Whisper. Is it there? It is there. Okay. Let me see if this actually works. Let me create a folder, Captacity test, and let's open it in VS Code. And let's make a virtual environment here. Python 3 mvenv venv. And let's pip install OpenAI Whisper, which apparently is already installed. Oh, sorry. I need to do source venv bin activate. And then I can do pip install OpenAI Whisper. And this takes quite some time. Okay, I was in fact able to install it directly from pip. I'm not sure why I used the Git version originally, but look at this. If I check DUH max depth is 1, it is 5 gigabytes for OpenAI Whisper. And this is the reason why I haven't been using a virtual environment for this project because I don't want every project that I use Whisper in to be 5 gigabytes. Anyway, it seems to work. So if we test this and we import Whisper, and then we say that the model equals whisper.load model base, then that should work. If we python 3 test.py, it runs and there's no errors. So it should work. So let's go to Captacity and let's update our requirements.txt to just have OpenAI Whisper in there. So maybe then we can publish this on PyPI. Let's add this and let's say use PyPI version of Whisper. And let's push this thing. And can I just run this python setup.py again? Will it update it? If I do python 3 setup.py sdist. Okay, I guess it worked because we didn't get any errors. So if we then run twine upload and we do this, and then we add the API token, which is here, and we upload it, then will it work? It worked. We have officially published our project. And here it is, released half a minute ago. So that was pretty easy. So now I can just install it. And we have our README here. So we didn't have to register as a trusted publisher, I guess. So if we just go to pypi.org/project/Captacity, then we have our own page here. And we can just install it like this. So now, finally, I can go to my Shortrosity project and I can just add in requirements Captacity, and it can be installed from pip. Let's see. Pip uninstall Captacity. And if I then do pip install Captacity like this, it just installs it. Amazing. So that is how you can publish your own project on PyPI. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, then leave me a comment down below and click like on this video. And also subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And if you want to actually see me integrate Captacity into Shortrosity. But this is the end of today's video. Thanks for watching.